Alright friends, it's Teen. I'm back, my friends, with a new video on JasonBlaha Strength and Fitness, the lifting gym fitness slave, bro. He says volume as a form of progressive overload. Well, yeah, if you're progressively overloading, it's volume, isn't it? Okay, well, anyways, let's review this video.
Hey everybody, it's JasonBlaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about understanding that when doing high rep and high volume work, your progressive overload still matters. You know, you get that a lot of
High rep, high volume work. You could go really heavy and try to do as many reps as you can, extremely heavy. What will that do? Well, it'll break down proteins. And possibly, it's a possibility sometimes you can get some micro injuries. Yeah, you can get some muscle damage. Yeah, it's a possibility.
times, and people have this idea, they're like, oh, volume versus intensity. And that's not really how it works, meaning
I don't know, most of the people that are actually, they're actually not chasing, they're not chasing these micro injuries, and they're also trying to avoid the protein breakdowns. So what are they doing? They're doing a rep range of like 1 rep or 2, maybe maximum 3 reps per each set. They may do like 5 sets of like 1 rep, including of 1 rep to 3 reps at the max. So there you go. So they're basically chasing what you would call chemical strength. Yeah, that's it. That's all they're chasing.
you really can benefit from both. In other words, obviously, mechanical tension is the primary driver of muscle growth.
Okay, the mechanical tension is the primary driver of muscle growth. So we know that that mechanical tension is associated with traumas, micro injuries, micro trauma, micro damage, muscle damage. So he just admitted that micro injuries are the driver of muscle growth. How does it drive muscle growth? That's what he says. That's what he says. That's the primary driver of growth. Well, the truth is this. That is not the primary. This is gonna hurt people. That is not the primary driver of growth. The primary driver of growth is this. If muscle is going to gain any mass, protein synthesis must exceed protein breakdown. I know people are gonna hate me because they think that lifting a weight is going to magically build muscles out of a breatharian diet. And I have news for you. Breatharian diets do not build muscles, okay? Neither do weights. So food builds muscles, and that will build strength as well, because it'll suppress. If you're anabolic here, like it says here, exceeding exceeding the protein breakdown, then if you've stopped the breakdown, then you're anabolic now. So you're anabolic growth state. So you've suppressed the catabolic hormone, converted the catabolic hormone to an androgen, so it doesn't have to compete with the myocytic androgen receptor, and you're able to get more of these androgen receptors, which are responsible for that forced production, like it says in science. Okay, so there you go. This is from NCBI. It's not fake. So somebody's gonna say you're using Google. I'm not using Google. It says right there, NPC. Okay. So it's also a powerful window for what? Protein breakdown. So if your protein breakdown, it can last up to 24, 48, even it could go as long as 72 hours, this breaking down of proteins. You understand me? Look, the glycogen part, when I said sarcoplasmic, that could last up to 8 days. So you could literally work out one shot in the gym, and then the next 8 days, you're just loading glycogen in your muscles for 8 days straight. Where? At home. You don't have to be at a gym to build these sarcoplasmic muscles. Now, if you get micro injuries, how long do they take to repair and remodel? Well, they don't do it in a gym. So they do it at the buffet. And that will take another week to repair and remodel these micro injuries. You understand me? So yeah. But if you're just chasing this chemical strength, myocytic androgen receptor is responsible for the strength, but not the mass of the limb muscles, then you go chase that, okay? So it's based on low rep. It's based on low reps, okay? That's it. All right, you get this myocytic androgen receptor, boo, boo, boo. You're not breaking down proteins, so you're still kind of anabolic there, whatever you ate, I'm not really sure. So that's why it's a lot easier to get this chemical strength, okay? Because you're not breaking down proteins, all right? But once you're breaking down proteins, you're not anabolic. But if you want to be more anabolic and more stronger, get more into the androgen receptors, force production, shutting off catabolic hormone, and all that, this is compete with the myocytic androgen receptor, then what you have to do is be anabolic, okay? Like it says there in science, okay, man? So it's really simple.
And we need to be clear on that. training volume.
Without food, you're never going to drive that strength, and that strength as high as you really truly want it to go, whether it's chemical strength or physical strength. If you're building myofibrils, so there's more motor units to proliferate through the myofibers. That way you increase your natural strength. But yeah, without food, you're never going to do that.
Allows you to apply that mechanical tension at a higher rate. And as long as you're able to recover from the increased volume,
Again, mechanical tension. He's talking about micro traumas, and you could do as much mechanical tension as you want. We all know that the repeated bout effect phenomenon protects muscle from repeated bouts of muscle damage. So there you go. So that mechanical so-called tension is not working, okay?
Maybe benefits.
There's no benefits.
Benefits. And I think the other thing to think about with really high volumes
there are
of
no
training
benefits.
Is that usually
there are no benefits in destroying your body. Absolutely zero benefits. Building your body with food, there's benefits there. Lots of benefits, man. Building it up with food. But breaking your body down, battering it, breaking it, destroying it in the gym like an asshole is not, there's no benefits being an asshole, destroying my body in the gym like an asshole. You understand me? If you're an asshole and you want to destroy your body in the gym on McDonald's and French fries, then you have to be an asshole. Get it? Like this asshole in this fucking channel of his in the garage, lifting slave, dude.
That's when people don't care about efficiency, they don't care about weak point training anymore. When you start taking training volumes really high, it's assume your goal is to just maximize growth in every muscle possible, every head of every muscle.
Yes, maximize growth in every muscle as possible. And you think that lifting weights in a gym is going to maximize these muscles? It's going to maximize the muscle growth, right? Lifting a weight in a gym. Okay, so you go lift your weights in the gym, and me, I'll go spend 7 days a week at the buffet eating, and I'll just come in Saturday and Sunday and work out. And you go work out fucking 5 days a week, and then take the 2 days off. All right? I'll work out the 2 days and take the 5 days off down at the buffet. Let's see who builds muscles. You or me? You or me, asshole? Hey, asshole?
So you're just hammering with enough total volume to stimulate everything, okay?
Yeah, you're going to stimulate everything on what? On that fucking diet that you have in your garage over there, your stupid ass food stamp diet that you have on your channel. Give me a break, man.
Stimulate everything. And at that point, you're no longer worrying about weak point training. It's just, let's just get everything big. Which is...
Yes, let's just disregard all this. Let's just get big. Is he getting bigger to you? Does your coach look like he's fucking getting bigger to you, man? Does he look like he's getting big to you? Huh? Lifting these stupid heavy weights. You'll have to be crazy.
Also a viable approach.
He's growing some nice boobs there.
Composition perspective, meaning because if we can stimulate the most muscle growth possible.
If we could stimulate the most muscle growth as much as possible. You know how you stimulate the most muscle growth as possible? Down at the buffet eating for 6, 7, 8 hours a day. Okay? That's how you do it.
Even at the same weight gain on a bulk, what does that mean? Well, that means that...
Weight gain on a bulk. So if you eat garbage food, like artificial food, bulking on donuts and fucking pops all day and garbage food and shit, yeah, you're going to build muscle, all right? You're going to build muscle. Yeah, you're going to build muscle. If you're insulin resistant, how the fuck you gonna build muscle if you're insulin resistant? Think about that for a minute, all right? And then the food, it's devoid of nutrients, and it's making you insulin resistant and a whole bunch of other things, spiking insulin and shit and all that. How's that working exactly?
We're going to have a higher percentage of muscle versus fat gain.
This is all like poor mentality, poor brain stuff, poor mentality, people with no money, poor paupers, poor people, they do this kind of stuff. The poor people, they do that. They do that. The rich people, the smart people, they do this over there. And the poor people, they do this in the garage. Get it? Yeah, man.
All right. But the thing is, when we're doing this, set quality still matters. We're still looking for general upward trends.
Oh, yeah. Set quality, yes. General trends, yes.
In other words, you still need progress. So, for example...
You need progress. Let me tell you something. People ask me why I don't exercise, not exercise channel, this, that. Why don't I really waste my time with going to the gym, lifting, and all that kind of stuff? I'll tell you why. If I don't have the time and the means to go down to eat as much as I want per day, all right, per day. If I don't have the means and the time to eat as much as I want, then there's no point for me to go to the gym because I can't build any muscle without putting an effort in eating. It's a training to eat. So I will focus more on eating and less on working out. That's why less is more. Less is more when it comes to the gym. But more you do at the buffet, you get more out of it. You understand me? There's not where you want to do less. The gym you want to do less, and eating you want to do more of. More of eating and less of gym, more equals more results. You understand me? Yeah, man.
That progress can be in the form of reps, it can be in the form of volume, okay? But there needs to be overall progress.
He's got crazy ideas of reps and volumes and lifting. He's going to convince you, trying to convince you that the weight is building a muscle. Where's his muscle?
I'll give you some examples. Let's talk about just maybe.
You see, people, they're not listening on my channel. I'm trying to help you. I'm telling you the truth, but people are gonna come and gonna tell me stupid shit. They're gonna make up stuff about nuclei, this, that. I don't give a shit about nuclei. I don't give a shit about anything. I'm telling you, protein synthesis needs to exceed this breakdown, and not some asshole gonna write a video about me or make a video about me and say, hey man, you tell us you gotta eat the nuclei and this, that, you gotta eat all this protein and da 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 da. I didn't say that. I didn't say anything. I said, in order to see that mass, protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. In other words, you need to be in an anabolic growth state. That's all. It's really simple. It doesn't take any genius to figure that out. If you want to build wealth, you need money. You want to build that car, get that wife, get those kids, you need money. Without money, you're not going to build jack shit, bro. You'll be like him in the garage, a lifting slave.
Training or something. Let's talk about chest. All right, let's say that you're doing just higher rep work with the barbell. And let's say you've selected for two primary chest exercises, the barbell flat bench and the incline bench, right? And I like these are good choices because there's no ambiguous range of motion. These are exercises with hard stops.
These are exercises with hard stops. Exercise means that you're trying to get good at doing these movements. My ambition going to a gym is not trying to get good at doing these lifts. My job is trying to lift as heavy as I can for as many reps as I can, you understand me, to cause micro injuries. That's it. That's it. And 7 days out of the week, I'm eating at the buffet, okay? And 2 days out of the week, I'm coming to the gym. That's it. That's it.
Stabilization is not going to necessarily be a limit anywhere. So this works great. All right, so let's say you start with...
In other words, once a week is sufficient in a gym. Once a week is sufficient, and then the rest of the week you eat. That's it. You eat, then you come back and you do it all over again. Okay?
Being able to do only three.
And then you get big and strong, and then you go to the sport that you want. You carry it over to any sport that you want. Arm wrestling, running, swimming, jogging, running, whatever the fuck you're doing over there. Okay? I don't know. Football, soccer, whatever. Baseball, you can carry it over now to any sport after you build yourself super strong, okay? Your natural strength through myofibrillar growth. But if you're focused on lifting a heavy weight, you'll always be physically weak, okay? It's really simple. And that sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, that's all fake too. There's no strength there, okay? It's not myofibrillar growth.
Sets of 10.
They aren't contractile proteins. Look at this guy's stomach. It looks gross. Look at the stomach there. Oh, look at the skin hanging. Holy shit, that scared me. Look at his boobs. They look sucked in. Man, this guy looks like he looks like he's 90 years old. He's in a 90-year-old body. Look at his skin. It's all wrinkly, man, because he's accelerating aging by chronically lifting in a gym. It's a known fact. I just did another video, man. Chronic lifting inflammation. Chronic inflammation ages you. That's what he's doing, chronically inflaming his body day in and day out to keep up with the Joneses, with the fake inflammatory transient. They call that transient hypertrophy. It's a fake pump, blood, and this inflammatory response. But one guy was writing me, we were just talking about it. You know who you are. Come on, man. You people are smart.
With 225, like I said, only. Throwing that out there, guys are like, yeah, that's not, you're usually a pretty good sized guy at that point.
Yeah, whatever.
Blackjack, poker, roulette.
Well, then you start start adding sets on the incline.
Yeah, sets, okay.
You started with 6 total sets and you've now built to 8.
He started with 6, he built to 8 sets. Oh yeah. Look, he's doing like 10 pounds here. Okay.
And then on the incline, you start building that up and you get to 5 sets of 10 on that also. That is a form of progressive
Attaboy.
overload, because the ability to add sets or reps,
Progressive
your
overload.
recovery better be on.
He does the exact same movements, the exact same exercises, and he does them chronically every single day. His body is adapted to them, and his body is not giving him any more adaptations because they've adapted to these exercises, okay, or these movements.
Point. Your sleep and your food, you better not be eating junk. You're going to need to be eating pretty good quality
He's one to talk. You better be eating quality food and not junk, okay?
nutrition, plenty of protein, carbs.
No, you don't need carbs. You don't need to eat any so-called plant carbohydrates. You need protein, meat.
Sleep's going to need to be.
You need sleep too,
Get
yeah,
out of-
sure.
Hey, that's progressive overload.
That's progressive overload for you, okay, okay.
Is an additional training stimulus. That's progressive overload.
Okay.
that's-
Okay. Additional, yes. Progressive overload. Progressive overload means that you're just increasing the weight every time you come in to get a new adaptation in this chemical strength.
185 incline. All right, you can just build off of that.
There's nothing wrong with getting the chemical strength. I think everybody should come into the gym in an adapted state and get some of this crazy chemical strength, okay? So you can lift something heavier. But then, once you can already lift so heavy, at some point, you should regress a little bit and then focus on getting these micro injuries. With that strength, newly formed chemical strength, you're able to break down the deeper muscle fibers, getting donation of these nuclei. Plus, you should be eating a lot to push that domain.
All right, you can just keep building from there. And it will be fine.
I will tell you, a lot of people are surprised when they went off their carbohydrates, they shrunk, and they were like freaking out because they were listening to me. And they were like, I went just, carnivore and I stopped the carbs and then they were just shrinking. They were like disappearing and they're like, what's going on here? Because you're carrying fake muscles. You're not carrying any muscle. Muscle, I told you, is near damn almost impossible to put on. It is extremely, extremely difficult. If you do not have the time and if you do not have the money, I suggest you do not waste your time. Do not waste your time. But if you want to go to the gym and fake it, you can fake it like everybody else. Sarcoplasmic muscles, all this, and creatine, whatever. And then get this chemical strength, lift a heavy weight, and just run around like everybody else and say, we're looking for numbers. Okay, look for numbers. But nobody gives a shit about numbers. Women don't care. Nobody cares in the street about what your numbers are. They only care about what you look like.
In other words, unless you're already really advanced, if you're a really novice lifter, you may not gain as much without adding weight to the bar. But
I guarantee you this channel will never get past 113K. Never is it ever going to go past 113K because he bought his subs and YouTube is punishing him. And so what does he do? He's angry. So what does he do? He saturates YouTube with all these worthless videos that he makes.
Advanced lifter. There's absolutely
advanced lifter.
Well, let's say you train.
What is advanced lifter? What is that exactly? What does that mean? Sorry, this thing got up.
That way, and you tested your one rep maxes every 3 months. You just did the high rep work. Your maxes.
You tested your 1-3 maxes. You're testing them for what purpose are you testing them for? For what reason? So you could be a fitness lifting gym slave like him in the garage? You want to be like that for your whole life? The rest of your life? A lifting slave?
Right.
Yeah.
Something like that. Let's say you've been stuck for a while and you really want to use progressive volume. That's a viable method.
If you've been stuck for a while, I have advice for you, okay? You want to use this progressive volume, whatever it is you're doing there. I suggest you go take some money, find a very cheap buffet somewhere that's really good, a really good cheap buffet, if you ever could find one, because inflation is going up everywhere in North America right now. It's getting more expensive. So if you have the chance, now's the time to build your body, okay? I would suggest you find a cheap buffet and plus maybe some restaurants around because you're not going to eat like that all the time. And just keep eating and don't stop eating. Even after the buffet, you go home, keep eating. Keep eating as much as you can throughout the whole fucking day. Stuff yourself really well with the best food. And then you'll see that progressive overload and everything else will take off so fast to make your head spin. Okay? I'll see you in the next one. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. And you're going to see that mass on that myofibrillar. Ciao, friends.